When you see big financial institutions increasing or reiterating their price target on a certain stock, then that is a very good sign that that stock will do very well in the near future. In fact, us as individual investors, that is what encourages us to even stay longer into a stock. When we see these big fishes in this investing game reiterating or increasing their price target on these stocks, because when these big financial institutions increase their price target, this just or that should definitely mean that there is something that is of massive potential that they see on that stock. Otherwise, guys, on today's video, guys, we'll be looking at one of the big financial institutions that just increased their price target for the NIO stock. Well, to most of the new investors who were adding their positions when this stock was at its weakest trading price, will be very excited, because as seen on the screen, you will notice that this stock has already made a bounce back of over 25%, which is something that ought once again to encourage you. And as we've been saying, or as I've been saying on this channel, to say that, guys, this is a stock with the strong fundamentals. The same way I was telling you add your positions when this stock was trading at the 30s is the same way I'm still encouraging you today to continue adding into this stock, because like I've always been saying, this is a stock which is set to do very well because of the strong fundamentals that it has. No wonder why these big financial institutions are increasing even their price target on this stock, because they see a very massive potential of this stock, which ought to also encourage you to even add more positions into this stock. Otherwise, with all that, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor. If you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now. You need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, guys, the big financial institutions that just reiterated or increased its price target on the NIO stock, it's none other than Deutsche Bank. Now, you all know that Deutsche Bank is one of the companies or the big financial institutions that truly believes in this NIO stock. But however, you'll notice that this is a company that initially, I think early this year, they had a very high big price targets for this NIO stock, but because of the challenges that came to not only impact NIO but the entire EV sector at large, they started reducing their price target on this NIO stock. But just recently, guys, once again, they just reiterated or increased their price target on this NIO stock. The good thing is that not only did they give us the increased price target, but they also gave us the reasons which support their price target raise of this NIO stock. Now, reason number one that they indicated was the one that made them reiterate this price target from 50 to 60 US dollars was they believe that selling cars in Europe for NIO could be a success. You'll remember, for those of you, just to bring you up to speed, you'll remember that in September, NIO will be starting to sell their cars in Norway. Norway is the first destination that NIO will be selling their EV cars in Europe, which is a very good thing, and which is what is attracting many investors into staying long into this company. And not only that, but also encouraging the new investors into coming and start to invest in this stock because of this Europe penetration that we are supposed, or that we'll be witnessing this coming September. Now, Deutsche Bank is indicating that they definitely think that this Europe penetration for this NIO stock could be a serious success, because they are certainly believing in the way how NIO is doing their business in terms of connecting NIO clients after buying their EV cars. And one of the things that made them stand firm on what they were saying there is that they indicated that with the NIO app that is able to serve its local customers, looking into Norway will be able to service all its local Norway customers. They definitely believe that this app could bring in more people into coming to buy these NIO cars because of this kind of services. Because with these services, or with the NIO services, you'll remember that these apps brings you much closer to them. You can easily get in contact with NIO via the app. You can easily address your issues that you have, and NIO can quickly revert back to those issues via this app, which is something that even makes me personally to like this stock, because not only are they focusing on just selling cars, but they are also focusing on building relationships, which is something that I definitely believe, me personally, that it will also attract more clients into coming and buy these NIO EV cars, because it's not only the cars that they are selling, but they're also building strong relationships while selling these cars, which is why we'll see success in things like the NIO app, because it brings in closer and closer customers, which is something that me personally, I definitely think that this is what makes NIO stands out to majority of the EV cars companies that are supplying these EV cars. I mean, just to give you a quick example, you will know that for the NIO Day 2021, NIO is already, or has already indicated that the people that will be able to vote as to which destination will be used for the NIO 2021 will be the current NIO clients, which is something that, as I'm saying, it brings in, or it brings a solid relationships with your clients, because now they've got the powers to vote for where they would want to see the NIO Day 2021 event held. Now, Deutsche believe that because of these services that I was just mentioning to you here, they certainly believe that NIO could even do much better than Tesla by serving their customers, which is something that you should always put in mind or have in mind when you are investing in this stock. Otherwise, guys, NIO is a stock that is currently doing so well and that continues to attract more investors into coming to invest in it, because you remember that this is a stock with strong fundamentals, which ought to drive it back to where it was before the issues that impacted the EV sector. And when you talk of the issues with the EV sector, something that comes to mind is the fact that the chip shortage, which was affecting not only NIO but the entire EV sector, it's set, or NIO indicated that it is set to be resolved or come to an end by mid-June, July. And something that we just recently read is that Renesas plant, which is one of the big chip maker producers in the world, will be coming, or will be operating at 100% by mid-June, which is something that ought to encourage you, because this is the plant that is even providing these chips to these EV car makers. And this, when I read about this, guys, it brought a lot of excitement, and it also confirmed what NIO was saying, to say that they expect this chip shortage to sort of like come at ease by June, July, which is something that ought to encourage you to stay long into this stock. And with this company Renesas, you will remember that they hold nearly 1/3 of the global chip maker, which is something that ought to encourage you, because if they are coming back to 100% operation by mid-June, then this just definitely means that indeed this chip shortage by mid-June should also be coming to an end, which is something that also not encourages us to, as NIO investors, to stay long into this stock, but also supports what NIO has been saying. Otherwise, guys, with all that, I definitely think that NIO is a very good long-term stock that will do very well. I mean, as I've said, this is a stock that in just 1 month it has went up by over 25%. And looking at the pre-market share price, you will realize, or you will see, that this is a stock that is continuing to go up, which is something that ought to encourage you to stay long into this NIO stock. Otherwise, guys, with all that, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you are new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, guys, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.